What's happening, folks? Back with the next Echo and the Bunnymen reaction, and we're going to continue through a handful of live performances in the expanded folder for their 1981 album Heaven Up Here. And the next one is a live performance of The Disease. I think I mentioned when I reacted to the album track. It's very abstract, it's moody, it's sort of ambient, but there are vocals and there is a bit of drive to it, so it's not a completely instrumental tune. It definitely feels experimental, but it does also have a bit of that post-punk, new wave energy to it, or vibe. So yeah, it's a really interesting tune sonically. Lines that I still have continued to think about, like talking about heaven but saying you're living in hell, referring to your life and the disease in the same breath. So yeah, a cryptic if also seemingly dark tune. I do wonder what a live performance of it will sound like, because already I'm intrigued. It's not necessarily the type of track I would expect them to perform live, though I say that, I really don't know by and large what their concerts, how they relate to the music on the albums, which is a point. Number one, shout out to Amber for sharing this material, but someone had commented like, it's weird to react to one of their live tunes, but I enjoy that. I've mentioned whether it's a punk band or some of the groups that I've known for a while, like Depeche Mode or Erasure, like hearing live performances, it gives you more texture, it gives you more of a sense for what hearing them was like, including going to their shows. So I stand by hearing live performances, even if in some cases the audio quality is a step down from the fully produced and recorded studio track. So in any case, let's hear Echo and the Bunnymen do a live performance of their already interestingly abstract tune, The Disease, which is the original being from their 1981 album, Heaven Up Here.
Our life's the disease, it can always change. Just given the chance, while life is the earth, tricks muscle and speed. Wait for the word, digging for just one chance. This prospect diminishes, nightmares swell. Some pray for heaven while we live in hell. My life's the disease that can always change.
Interesting. Sounds like maybe they went straight into another tune. Seems like an abrupt ending, like even for a live performance, so that would be my assumption. I've been sort of doing these one by one, so I would not have realized. But yeah, again, it's fascinating to me in the sense that it's not the most accessible or commercial sounding tune. It's a bit dark, it's a bit wicked in terms of the lyrics, or at least what it sounds like the themes, his life being a disease, where normally you think of a disease as something that harms life and can maybe bring it to a premature end, but here he's saying they are one and the same. And yeah, it felt a bit more guitar or like natural instrument driven. It had a slightly different sound from what I'm thinking of the album track in the moment, but it still had very much the same atmosphere. And I remember in the Aha movie reaction I did, Paul, the guitarist from Aha, which I'm sure anyone listening to this will know, but he was talking about seeing Echo and the Bunnymen. It was a very Without Face, which there's a trance artist from back in the 90s. He released an album, Senza Volto, like Without Face, and the idea is he wasn't even putting his names on the track, or his name on the tracks, and it was like, this is about the music, it's not about ego or, you know, image or whatever. And Paul was saying about Echo the Bunnymen that they, at a point, were like facing away from the stage. It was sort of bathed in light, so it wasn't like, they weren't presented as like, oh, look at these guys singing this song, and, you know, aren't they handsome? It was like this very like artistic and non-ego approach to musical performance. So hearing something like this and hearing that, I am intrigued by the live performance atmosphere that Echo and the Bunnymen gave off, which again is why I was keen to go through the bonus tunes. And I think there's only one or two more, so we will very soon be on to the next proper album. But yeah, clearly a song and a performance with some presence, if despite it sounding, as I'm remembering it, slightly different. I knew she was going to do that. She's in her grooming mode, and sometimes when she gets there, it's like, no, you can't pick me up right now, I'm busy, alright? But yeah, we'll be, as I said, back for one or two more live tunes, and then we will go to the next proper album. Let me know what you think, and I will see you then. Peace.